Hello, Leo. It is Tarot from Beyond doing your reading for the remainder of July. You continue to pull pentacles. So, for those of you who are worried about money, worried about getting a job, worried about some kind of funds, waiting for your ship to come in, I am seeing that money is not going to be an issue. Okay? I also see the Ace of Swords, which means that you have the Ace of Swords at your disposal this month. And this is a gift that has been given to every zodiac. So basically, spirit guides and angels are letting everybody know that the way that we choose to use our logic at this time is actually really going to make a big difference with regards to how things go in the future for us, I do believe. And the King of Cups represents a level-headed individual, a mature individual when it comes to his heart and the way that he behaves emotionally. Give me just a moment. I'm going to put clarifiers on top of each card. So, a lot of you are waiting for your harvest to come in, and that can mean many different things. It's very important to know that pentacles mean more than just money. It means things of value. And right now, for each one of you, Leo, some of these things of value mean different things to each one of you. For example, some of you want your partner to stop cheating on you. That would be something valuable. For some of you, you want to stop working so hard and you want to get paid what you're worth at work. That would be something of value. Some of you just want to be appreciated at home. That would be something of value. Are you getting the gist? But I am seeing money because the Ten of Pentacles pretty much confirms long money, love you long time. So I believe that some of you have put the work in order to get this type of reading because you pulled a lot of pentacles, swords, and cups. So let's go over each. I'm going to put a clarifier on top of each so that we kind of know what we're talking about, and then I'm going to close the door and we will end the reading. So let's see what we can get out of these cards and what spirit guides and angels have to tell us about where you are right now, Leo, okay? I want to give you the clarity that you are asking for, the peace that you need, the answers to your questions that you seek, and the comfort to those who need it. Tarot Masters and Doorkeepers, I ask that you open the door for Leo to answer their questions and give them the clarity that they seek. It is so. So with the King of Cups is an individual who is in a precarious position if you look at the picture. I mean, he's not really sitting on solid ground, but his emotions are not responding to the fact that he's not in a particularly safe place to sit. I mean, that's not really a normal place to put a throne, right? But his emotions he's emotionless when it comes to where he's located. He's not worried about where he's seated. He's completely content. He's level-headed and he knows that he's just fine where he is, regardless of how precarious his situation looks. And so to clarify, you pulled the Hermit, okay? So this is a major arcana clarifying this King of Cups energy, okay? This King of Cups is a charmer. And the Hermit is asking you to spend some time alone to ask yourself, how are you going to use this energy, this King of Cups energy, okay? How are you going to stay emotionally balanced when things around you seem very chaotic? That's what that one meant. For the Seven of Pentacles, let's clarify that. Some of you are waiting for your ships to come in because you've put some work in. Well, you pulled a major arcana on top of that, and it's the Moon. The Moon represents information that is not fully disclosed. And usually when I get this card, it won't be disclosed because some of you want to know when your ships are going to come in. And that question is not being answered. But the Emperor is also a major arcana that pertains to your ship coming in. So, with these three cards, what I'm feeling is, for those of you who are asking, when is my ship going to come in? It looks to me like the wisdom and the maturity and the stability that you show in this situation that you are in. Because it looks to me like the ship that you're looking to come in is a big one. The Ten of Pentacles. So it looks to me like this is going to rely on your wisdom, your maturity, and your demeanor. And the way that you compose yourself with the remaining of the business that you have to handle in order to close out whatever deals it is or whatever deal it is in order for you to see this Ten of Pentacles. And I'm going to ask Spirit Guides and Angels to make it plain. What is this Ten of Pentacles, and does it relate to the cards ahead of it? Six of Wands. The Six of Wands represents public exaltation. It represents being acknowledged for the work that you've put in. So for some of you, I feel like you just recently graduated. Literally graduated from school. That's what I just got. Some of you literally graduated from school, and that is your Ten of Pentacles. That was your accomplishment. And then I'm telling you, I have done a few readings for you guys prior to this one, and you continue to pull the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, continuously. She is someone who is level-headed. She is a queen. She behaves as so. She knows what's valuable to her. She's a mother-like figure. But she also knows how to manifest. She knows how to build her kingdom just by her thoughts, her deeds, and by the words that come out of her mouth. So be aware of that, Leo. Because just making a sandwich in so many words is casting a spell. You came up with a thought that you were hungry and you were going to make a sandwich, and what did that do? Caused you to get up and go make that sandwich, and you ate it, and therefore you manifested a sandwich just by thinking, I want a sandwich. So why don't you think, I just want to graduate and become a doctor? Watch and see how wonderful the journey is as that spell is completed. Just an example, Leo. So I see a lot of you have actually matured emotionally. I see that some of you have graduated literally, and I see that some of you have graduated spiritually. And I think that's awesome because the type of growth that I'm seeing is very unique. I see the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is a card that basically represents someone who is trying to build something or create something. And he is using the assistance of others, even though others are not in this picture. In the original deck, there are two others in the picture showing that he is getting assistance with what it is he's trying to build. So spirit guides and angels, I ask that you provide more detail with this card. Okay, now we're talking about love. Okay, I see that some of you are in love and some of you are actually considering marriage. Not just boyfriend and girlfriend in it, marriage. And some of you are getting advice as if this is something that you want to do or not. Well, let's pull another card on that. Queen of Wands. Well, fellas, I feel like some of you are in love with a little fiery somebody. And Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, the fire sign like yourself. But I think one of the things that you're contemplating and why you're getting advice as to if you should commit to this relationship is because she is a little sassy and she is a little fiery and she will give you a run for your money. And some of you fellas may not be up for that. You may love her to pieces. But a lot of men like women who are a lot easier, and she ain't easy. And when I say easier, I'm talking about in every sense of the word. But I think that's why you like her. So we went from talking about being emotionally stable enough to actually be in this type of relationship, something that's serious. And when I do the closeout, we're going to see how this works because I see how these columns are coming together. So this column is actually talking about love. So for those of you who are considering marriage, I ask that you do some introspection on yourself and ask yourself, are you the type of person that you would marry? Because if you're not, don't ask her. Because that's the whole point of being the hermit. But what I'm seeing here is that you are emotionally mature with this King of Cups. You are emotionally mature enough to be in this relationship. And I think that she digs you too. Let's make sure of that. Oh yeah, she digs you, baby. So for those of you... This is the love portion of your reading, Leo. Doors are open, baby, but just make sure that you are the type of person that is the marriage type. So a little introspection never hurt anybody, right? Introspection means spending some time alone and away from everyone, so that you can clear your head and it's just you, yourself, and you can ask yourself, am I the type of person that I would marry? Like, would I marry myself? And if you wouldn't, then date until you get to a place where both of you are mature enough to make that type of decision. Because marriage is one thing and being boyfriend and girlfriend is another, okay? And that's just a suggestion and a reminder. But you pulled the Ace of Cups with regards to emotional stability. So clearly this is the love portion of your Leo reading. And I sense that both of you have mutual feelings toward each other. So if you, Leo, are wondering if the person that you are in a relationship with cares about you the way that you care about them? The answer is definitely yes. You pulled the Ace of Cups on top of the Four of Wands. Four of Wands represents marriage. It represents a family. It represents a family that work has been put into. So I feel like some of you have been in relationships for a while with somebody, and I feel like some of you want to take that extra step. But I feel like some of you are like, taking a step back for a second before you make that decision to make sure that you are the material that you need to be in order to make this type of commitment, because you actually understand what type of commitment this is. This is not boyfriend girlfriend stuff. This is like for real, for real. But I think it's a good thing because you pull the Ace of Cups on top. So not only do you have the Ace of Swords at your disposal, you also have the Ace of Cups. Just like everybody else, watch the rest of the readings. I'm telling you, I'm using a completely different deck that has been shuffled wonderfully. And I'm telling you, everybody has the same things to work with. Your heart and your mind. And the way that you choose to use your heart and your mind for the remainder of July, I feel has a lot to do with how August is going to go for a lot of people. And I feel as though August is the month of truth when it comes to how a lot of us are going to be. Are we going to be emotionally stable, or are we still going to be acting immature and like lighting people on fire in so many words because their behavior was not conducive to what we would appreciate? Because we have to be even-tempered, even when people don't act the way we want them to. But when we do act even-tempered and we do use our logic properly, it does take us to higher heights. Definitely. Wouldn't you agree? And like I said, some of you actually really graduated. And as a result, like some of you are getting ready to get into some type of internship or of some sort. And it's getting ready to actually really produce some wonderful things for you. So big ups and congratulations to those of you who were waiting for your ship to come in, who did the work, who don't quite know how things are going to turn out, but you're being asked to use your logic, use your wisdom, maintain your composure, have confidence in yourself and what you know and what you've learned, and display it, because that's what the Emperor is. He is the mature individual. He is the father-like figure in the major arcanas. And so you're being asked to use that behavior in addition to your logic, and that is going to assist you in getting that 10 of Pentacles, which is that granddaddy money. So with regards to this Ace of Swords, you get the Page of Wands, okay? So you're being told to be logical, not only about your enthusiasm with regards to work, but to also what type of work you allow yourself to engage in. Don't cheat yourself at all with regards to the work that you accept. Know what you're worth, okay? And you're going to get news of work, and it's going to come from a young person. And I'm telling you, this is also another common theme. The Three of Wands. Some of you are walking away from something. What are you walking away from? Work? No, you're walking away from fear and worry. That's what you're walking away from. That's what the shadow side means. You're walking away from fear and worry. Let me confirm that just to make sure. Seven of Wands. Feeling defensive. So let's get this straight. You're using your logic to feel defensive and to be worried and fearful of walking away from a job. Okay, that makes sense. because you don't know how that's going to turn out. I feel like some of you are going to take a gamble and some of you are thinking of leaving your current job to get another. And then you pull the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords represents a pivotal place. Okay? It means that whatever decision you make, however it turns out, it actually is going to leave a lasting impression for a little while. And that is why I sense why you are feeling worried and why you're feeling a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of like uncertainty with regards to this move, because logically you feel as though you can do better. And some of you are leaving where you're working because you're like, you know what? I know I can do better. So then you get the Five of Swords, which represents picking up a sword and actually fighting to do better for yourself. And depending how it turns out, it will make a lasting impression, because either you're going to leave what you have and then everything's going to work out wonderful, or you're going to leave what you have and then you're going to have to look for work for a little while, because maybe the first job that you get is not going to work out and the second job that you get is just not going to work out. Sometimes it's hard to get a perfect fit when it comes to a job, and some of you actually, have some mouths to feed. And so that's where this fear and this anxiety comes in, because you have people to take care of. But I'm telling you, you pulled nothing but pentacles. Nothing but pentacles and nothing but positivity. And so I really honestly feel as though you watch your thoughts. Don't think negative. Think positive and leave it alone. Let your spirit guides and angels know what you need. Ask them for their assistance. They will give it to you, and you will be surprised that you will have it. Like literally. I want to pull another card on top of that. Yeah. Leo, you pull this card every time that we do a reading. You guys are strong enough to deal with however this turns out. And I think it's going to turn out great. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone so that you can make more money than what you're making now. Because I think some of you are at a point where you're actually realizing that you're worth more than where you are now. You're worth more. And like some of you are saying, like, forget this, man. I'm not going to stay here where I am because like I know I'm worth more, and I'm going to have to walk away from where I am in order for me to experience something different. Because if nothing changes, and something has to change, because this ain't working. Like, this ain't providing me with enough income, and I'm worth more. I work hard and I'm worth more. And see, with that mentality and with that type of strength, and having the strength to actually use your logic and make that sacrifice, and contend with the fear and the anxiety associated with not knowing how things are going to turn out, I mean, that's commendable. Because basically you are making a statement, and you are putting the power back in your hands by saying, I'm worth more than this, and I'm going to bust the move, and it's going to happen. Like, things are going to change for me because I'm not going to stay in this place out of fear. I'm not going to let fear make me stay here. Because I'm too strong to let fear be my guide and control my actions. When it comes to this Knight of Pentacles, please understand that the Knight of Pentacles represents a messenger who gives news of work, news of money, news of money. News of something of value. Okay? And you pulled karma on top of that. This may be your karma. Karma ain't always got to be bad. See, people sometimes associate the word karma with like, ooh, that's your karma, that's bad. Like, no, some people get good karma. And so some of you are going to be getting news of money. And you pull the Ten of Pentacles. And it's like, yes, this is your harvest that's coming in, that you've been waiting for. And it's kind of like driving some of you crazy that you don't know how these things are going to turn out, because a lot of you are actually really taking a gamble on like all of you are taking a gamble on the decisions that you guys are making. Then you pulled the Nine of Cups, which represents happiness. All the doors are open for you, Leo. You have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords at your disposal. A lot of you have grown emotionally. A lot of you have actually literally just graduated and are getting ready to like experience the world differently, even though the world did not pull up. But I'm going to close you out now to see exactly what the gist of all of this was, even after, I went into detail with all of these cards with you. I don't want any of you to fear a thing, because a lot of you have matured greatly. And as a result, this strength that you have displayed, it takes strength to do everything that I'm seeing here. It takes strength to make the type of sacrifices that I'm seeing. And it wasn't easy for all of you, because all of this came with work. All of it. So you pulled the Six of Pentacles. You know what that means? That means give and take. It also means that you are the merchant. You are the merchant. You have enough to give, not only yourself, but others. Leo, this is awesome. The Page of Pentacles. Here we go with the Pentacles again, right? News of more money. And then the Two of Wands. So then the next quest is going to be, how am I going to use all of these new blessings that I've been given? What am I going to do in the world with all of these blessings that I've been given? Blessings that took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to obtain, because this stuff doesn't just drop in your lap. Some of you worked really hard. For those of you who want reassurance, if your significant other loves you as much as you love them, the answer is yes. I feel as though some of your significant others have decided to take some time to themselves before they come back to you. I feel like there's been a little bit of a separation, but the separation is not a malicious separation. It's a separation of, am I ready to be who he or she needs me to be? Because I want to make sure that I'm up to par. It's that kind of like, let me be left alone to make sure that I can, do that inventory on myself that I need to do. Because I want to make sure that I can give what I need to be able to give in this situation. Some of you have matured really greatly and have, and the maturation that I'm seeing is due to the fact that you're strong enough to say, I'm willing to face the fear and the anxiety and the worry associated with coming out of a specific box and allowing myself to jump into a bigger, better one, because I know I'm worth it. And then you get the Page of Pentacles on top of that to confirm that, yes, you're going to get news of money, of work. So you did make the right decision. And for those of you who just graduated, you're very happy about it. And now you're just kind of wondering what you're going to do next. Am I going to do an internship? Am I going to do this, or am I going to do that? Whatever the case, all the doors are open. So be careful of what you say, think, and do, because everything you say, think, and do is building your kingdom. With that being said, I'm going to close the door. Your reading is now complete, and I will talk to you soon. Namaste.